Why your life is filled with pain. What I'm about to tell you is what the world never will. It is what your parents never have, for they were not in a position to do so. It is what the churches, the temples, and the priests, and the motivational speakers, and the psychologists never ever had told you. You have forever been on the road to pain, and you're headed towards more pain. And it is precisely this understanding that will lead to bliss. It is precisely this understanding that will finally lead to your freedom. If you believe that water can be extracted from a stone, you'll spend your entire life chiseling away at that stone. But if you do so, you'll have wasted your life, for the stone cannot give you what it does not have. You believe that your life is supposed to be filled with joy, and with satisfaction, and with peace, and with freedom. And because you believe this, you look here and there. You enter into this relationship and that relationship. You move from one city to another. You transfer from one job to the next. You try meditation. You speak to priests and go to the church and read self-help books and watch motivational speeches. And although you very occasionally taste a drop of joy, it soon retreats into a familiar feeling of disappointment and anxiety. Why? Because you had never been told the truth. And even if by some chance you were, you never truly understood it. The life that you're currently living is a life of events, one after another. A job interview, a chance meeting, a bridal shower, a run-in with a store clerk, an upcoming deadline, an encounter with your son or daughter, a promotion, and so on and on and on. If the event does not go in your favor, it will lead to pain immediately. If the event goes in your favor, it will lead to pain tomorrow. Why the latter? Because you live within this construct known as your mind. You look at things through the mind's eye. And since the mind by its very nature cannot be satisfied, achievement only leads to the need for more achievement. Money leads to the need for more money. Sorrow leads to the need for more happiness. And happiness leads to the need for even more happiness. In such an existence, there is no such thing as contentment, for contentment is mind's kryptonite. The mind lives for tomorrow, for it simply cannot live today. Your entire life, no matter how deep and significant you may think it to be, is essentially a frenzied rush towards peace. But you will never find peace. Never. Why? Because for as long as you believe that this life of yours will give you peace, you will continue to search for peace in the events that you encounter. But those events are fleeting, and thus your sense of peace is as well. The only human being that discovers lasting peace is the one who finally sees through the game. The one who finally understands what lies behind the curtain. The one who pieces together the bits and pieces of this puzzle of past life events. And when he sincerely does, he or she begins to laugh, for he sees that he has been attempting to extract water from a stone. My dear friend, this life can offer you nothing but pain. You've lived in pain and misery for all your life. Most people do not even realize this. and thus they live imprisoned forever. But this is your only chance at freedom, for when you see that life is inherently and fundamentally full of strife, pain, disappointment, anxiety, and misery, you'll stop looking for bliss within the events of your life. You'll stop attempting to replace negative thoughts with positive ones. You'll stop attempting to reframe the pain into something more psychologically palatable. And when this understanding seeps into your bones, you'll see your life for what it is. And you'll perhaps, for the first time in your life, begin to actually live. You'll begin to live inside this very moment, not because of silly little prescriptions such as mindfulness, but because you fundamentally will have understood that to live anywhere else is simply a lie. Why would you go anywhere else if you no longer believe that that somewhere else had nothing to give you? You will experience your children. You'll experience the slight bend in the road, and the gentle slope of the mountain, and the wayward twirl of the leaf as it falls onto the surface of wet stones. Your life will become a benediction, and you'll have discovered the life that nature has always lived, and the one that it has always intended for you to live. The path to Atmaman, prescriptions such as positivity, mindfulness, optimism, and happiness are traps. They will keep you invested in an activity, an undertaking, a doing of some sort. If you try to be mindful, you will never leave the mind. If you chase after happiness, you will attract unhappiness. If you convert negative thoughts into positive ones, you will be converting for the rest of your life. Peace is not known eventually. It must be had now. No prescriptions, no tricks, no potions, no techniques. Simply understanding. Simply seeing the game you have been playing for your entire life. This and this alone will lead you where you have always wanted to go.